you guys, this is Nicole again from Spiritual Thoughts. I have a special video for you today, and what I'll be talking about is my Reiki training experience. I know I'm probably not mentioning a lot of points here, and if you're a Reiki master or someone who practices Reiki watching this, know that I am new to this myself. I am only Reiki 1. I just thought that I would share my own point of view. So moving on, now that I've said that. So for those of you who don't know what Reiki is the healing by channeling energy into the patient through touch to activate the natural healing process and restore physical and emotional well-being. So basically what that means is that all of us as humans, an energetic field around and in our body. We can harness that energy. Some people can do it more easily than others. We can channel it into certain places and use it to heal others, ourselves, or just things around us. We can use Reiki to bless rooms, to bless water, to bless animals. Cats love Reiki as well. I often practice Reiki, some hair, on my cats, and they seem to really enjoy it. So it's a super amazing tool. It's a super amazing thing to research and learn, and if you are very interested, you can look up some Reiki trainings in your area, all of that. Okay, I'm petting my cat right now, so sorry if I look a little distracted. If you have any emotional disease, sometimes physical disease too can be helped by Reiki, but if you have anything that is blocking you from feeling just amazing, Reiki can help you. So basically, I'm not healing necessarily someone, I'm just activating or starting the natural process that is already inside of each of us that will naturally heal us. So our bodies are naturally programmed to heal itself emotionally, physically, spiritually, and sometimes if there's blockages within our chakras, within our system, whatever it may be, these blockages can stop us from feeling our best. So through Reiki, I'm able to move these blockages using energy so that your natural healing process can really work as best that it can. So on to what Reiki actually looks like when you're getting it done. So usually you'll be laying on a table. The Reiki practitioner will come in and ask you if you have any intentions. Reiki practitioner will go on and do the practice. So usually what the practice looks like, and it looks completely different for every person who practices, because your energy is your energy, and the way that it flows from your body or to your body is completely different for every person. Usually we would just hold our hands over or on every major part of the body, every chakra, all the way down to the feet as well, and then just notice what we feel as the Reiki practitioner. If you're holding your hand on someone's sacral chakra and you're feeling intense warmth in your palms, that could mean something. If you're holding your hands over someone's third eye or their heart chakra and you're seeing the color orange or you're seeing the color red, that could mean something, and only you can interpret these signs. So I usually get temperatures or feelings. I will hold my hand over someone and I will get an intense feeling of joy or an intense feeling of sadness or guilt, and I can tell what emotion you're holding in that area. Some people see images, some people see colors or hear a note, some people just feel a temperature or they just know something within their intuition. All of these ways are completely valid ways to practice Reiki, and for me, it also changes all the time. When I'm practicing self-Reiki, my signs may come in the form of seeing a color or feeling a temperature or feeling a feeling, and none of these ways are wrong. My Reiki training experience was kind of unique. So I had done my yoga teacher training beforehand, and I had met this amazing woman. She was the one who introduced me to Reiki, and I had heard of it before, but never had known too much about it. So when she introduced me to it and told me that she was a Reiki master, I immediately was drawn towards her. Long story short, I ended up doing the Reiki level 1 training with her, and also 2 other amazing women. I learned quite a lot. So when you do a Reiki training, especially level 1, you're gonna get attuned by a Reiki master. Whichever Reiki master is leading you through your training is usually the one that will attune you. Now, attunement is different for everyone who practices Reiki. I've heard it explained in tons of different ways, but from my basic understanding, it is basically the initiation of you by the Reiki master into the practice of Reiki. This might have different meanings. There are so many different ways that you can do it, and there really is no wrong way to attune someone. It really just goes by your own intuition, what the Reiki master's intuition is telling them to do, and any other just, rituals that you would like to include. You can always search up the traditional Reiki attunement process, which is what I had, which was 4 attunements in the span of 2 days. So we did our Reiki training over the course of a weekend, 2 days, all day for both days, and we got to go home in between, obviously, to sleep. So with the attunement, it was quite a while ago, so I don't remember the exact words that she said or the hand movements that she did, but I do remember that we had to start like this with our hands at our heart center. She would say some words, set her own intention for it, and then she would place her hands on my hands, put her own energy into my energy, my body, my nervous system, all of that. And then also, once she was done with our hands closed, we would open them up, and then she would tap on our palms to, send the energy into our palms. Since our hands are such energetic and sensitive places on our body, this is usually what we use in Reiki to heal people. So the second part of the attunement was she would come behind us, she would tap on our head to send information into our spinal column. In your spinal column lies tons of information, energy, and wisdom. So when she was, tapping on our heads, the way that she explained it to us was that she was pushing the energy, the information, and the wisdom of all of the Reiki masters before her into my spinal column so that I might one day be able to unlock that information, unlock that wisdom, let that process unfold from all of that energy that she put into my spinal column. Now, the spinal column energetic thing is called a Shoshana, and that was always my favorite word from the Reiki training. I love to say the word Shoshana now. Our spine just holds a bunch of energy, and that is called a Shoshana. At each attunement, she would do Reiki on us as well. So for me, she told me that I had a lot of old, stagnant, stuck energy along my back. So she was, scraping this energy off of my back as she was doing my attunements, and with each one it would get less and less. So after the attunement, I was super, super tired. I slept for at least 10 hours after the first day and 12 hours after the second day. So it definitely drains you a lot, and it takes a while for you to integrate and really let the information unfold and let you understand it and process it. Because once she puts all of that energy and information into my system, I couldn't just know all of it right then. And even to this day, months and months and months after I've finished this training, I am still unlocking this energy and this information that is deep inside of me now. That's part of the reason that I haven't moved on to do Reiki 2 training, just because I feel in my own intuition that the unfolding process from Reiki 1 isn't done with me. I'm not finished with it. And there's still so much for me to learn from the work that I did just in that training. The next thing that she taught us to do that I found really interesting, I won't go over everything that we learned, obviously, or this would be just a Reiki training online. But a thing that I found interesting was that we can create shields of energy around us and program them to do different things, activate them to expel away negative energy and keep positive energy towards us. So whether or not you believe in this part of it or not, I just think that our minds are so powerful that we can really create anything that we truly believe in. So if you truly believe that, hey, I have a powerful shield that will not let others' emotions, their energy, negative vibes, negative spirits enter, then you are that much more protected. One of the other things that I found super interesting was the concept of cords. Cords are not exclusive to Reiki. I've heard the concept of cords in many different types of settings, concepts. The idea goes that your energy sends out cords. So say when you meet someone or you have a special connection with a person or an animal or whatever it may be, you have an energetic cord with that person, and energy can go to and from it. And this might explain why when you're super close to someone you can know if they're feeling bad even if you're not with them, you know, stuff like that. It is super important to cut these cords when necessary. If you have distanced yourself from someone or there is a negative person that has entered your life, make sure that you energetically cut those cords so that their negative energy and that bad karma and those bad vibes aren't seeping into your energetic system. The way that I like to do this is just simply close my eyes and then say to myself and to the universe, I would like this cord to be cut off. No more energy may flow to or from me through this cord. And then just believe it, and it'll be so. There are many other types of cords that go to our body, to the source, to the earth, to other people, like I said. I know it sounds kind of crazy to some people, but I really believe the power of thought and intention is so real and powerful that we really need to learn how powerful that we are. So I want to end this video with just a little story from my Reiki training. This has actually been such a huge part of my life, and I didn't know beforehand how much it affected my life. So anyways, I'll get into it. So my whole life I've been deathly afraid of birds. Any kind of bird, I just super afraid of it, just not down to kick it with birds. And so every time we'd be at a restaurant or out at the beach or just in nature, when a bird would come up near my feet, I'd be really scared. I don't know, maybe in a past life I got pecked to death by birds, I'm not sure. And then I went into my Reiki training, you know, not even thinking about this irrelevant fear of birds that I had. But we did this spirit guide meditation. It was a guided meditation that she led us through. She had us close our eyes, and it was sort of like a visualization. She had us walk through a forest, notice how the forest was, what the trees were like, what the sounds were like, how we felt. And then she had us walk into a giant open field. The forest opened up into a giant open field, and she had us notice how it felt, what it looked like, what the colors were, what it smelled like. There was a garden and rocks and just things and animals everywhere, at least in my little visualization. And then she told us that to go gather up all of the rocks and create a circle with them in the middle of the field. So my rocks happened to be, in my head, quartz. So I went and gathered all of these giant quartz rocks and made a giant circle in the middle of this field. And then she instructed us to stand in the middle. So I stood in the middle of the circle in my mind of quartz rocks in this field, and she told us to look up at the sky and ask our spirit guide to appear. And at first I was kind of confused because my mind wanted to immediately think of, oh, well, what is my spirit guide? What should I think of? What should I bring up right now? But I tried to push that away and just let whatever images come. So what I immediately saw was a man. He looked like an Indian who had feathers all around him. Not necessarily a headdress, just feathers all around him. And then he slowly transformed into this beautiful bird. I'm not even sure what kind of bird it was. It was just a beautiful giant bird. And this bird came to me and told me not to be afraid of it. Oh God, I'm getting emotional about this. Because the bird told me like not to be afraid anymore, and that the reason why I was afraid of birds was that there was a part inside of me that was scared to fly and let myself be free in who I was. So that was such a huge turning point for me, not only in the Reiki experience, just in my life. I know it sounds kind of stupid getting over a fear of birds, but knowing that my spirit guide is a bird is so ironic, just because I was so scared of birds for so long. And also that part of myself that was always locked away, that just wanted to be able to fly. And you know, the birds never did anything to me. There was no reason to be scared of birds. And you know, irrelevant if in my past life birds killed me, in this life birds have only ever been nice to me. So since that training and since that meditation, I have not been scared of birds. Every time I see a bird, I instinctively want to go up to it and talk to the bird, and I'm like, hey bird, like you're the homie, what's up? Like let's talk, let's kick it, let's, you know, it's so funny to me. And even my boyfriend and my mom are like, why aren't you scared of birds anymore? You've been scared of birds your whole life. But that just really proves the power of going into yourself and setting intentions, because before that meditation, I had set the intention to truly meet my spirit guide, and I did. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment on what other types of videos you'd like to see from me, and just thank you again. I love you guys, and I'm sending you all of my good vibes, all of my Reiki through the camera, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day or night wherever you are. I'll see you in the next video.